What is going on, guys? Back here with a Valero Alamo Bowl preview. Iowa State, Washington State. I'm going to take a look at both teams, go through a little bit of the statistics, and then I'll go ahead and give you guys my prediction for the game tonight. Obviously, a couple other good games today. Auburn-Purdue kicks off here in about an hour or so. And then, of course, Syracuse and West Virginia. It'll be interesting to see the Mountaineers without Will Greer. It kicks off, I believe, just after 4. And then, obviously, the Alamo Bowl at 8 o'clock. Let's start with Washington State here. To any Washington State fans, good luck tonight. You guys, I think you guys got hosed. Thought you guys should have been in the New Year's Six. Haven't gotten to watch a lot of the Cougars this year, living in the Midwest and being an Iowa State fan. Don't get to watch a lot of the Pac-12 with their late kickoffs, and I just don't really get the chance to watch a lot of the Pac-12. Washington State 10-2 on the season, losses to USC on the road and Washington in the Apple Cup. I believe that's what that's called. And the loss at USC, I mean, I'm with Washington State on that one. That was the whole officiating controversy. I can't remember exactly all what happened, but there was definitely a helmet-to-helmet or roughing the passer or something like that wasn't called. Definitely should have been. USC won 39-36, and then Washington, that game was played in about 8 feet of snow. Washington ended up winning 28-15. Defensive battle, low scoring, a little bit of the opposite of what you would expect from Gardner Minshew and the Cougar offense, but give credit to Washington's defense, held them to 15 points. Probably a little bit to do with the snow helping them out there. So 10-2 on the season, first in the Pac-12 North. Did not make the Pac-12 championship game, I don't think. It was Utah that ended up making it. But again, great season, nothing to hang your head on. 10-2, stayed ranked pretty much the whole year. Washington State really caught my eye when they beat Oregon and Stanford in back-to-back weeks in late October, beating Oregon by 14 and holding on to beat Stanford 41-38. That game being at Stanford really caught my eye. Looking into the statistics a little bit more. Gardner Minshew, obviously, don't need to go too much into him. 433 of 613 for 4,477 yards. Monstrous 70% completion percentage. 36 touchdowns to just 9 picks. QBR, or rating, passer rating, quarterback rating. Yeah, passer rating of 148.4. Just amazing season for the kid. Definitely going to get drafted. Just a matter of when. Could go early as the second round, maybe third round. Not super good at predicting that. Looking at the running backs, James Williams, obviously a big threat. 119 rushes for 552 yards and 12 scores. 4.6 yards a carry. They don't use him as much in the run game with their air raid offense. Max Borghi with 67 carries for 353 yards and 7 scores. So they definitely do run the ball if they need to. Borghi averaging 5.3 yards a carry. So, definitely something to look out for. James and Max both very capable running backs to help Gardner Minshew take a little bit of the load off there. Then receiving, leading in yards is Desmond Patman with 740 yards and 4 scores. Devontavian Martin and Easop Winston both tied for the team lead in touchdown receptions with 8. Martin with 650 yards, Winston with 611 yards. And then James Williams, a running back with 76 receptions, leads the team there. 560 yards and 4 scores. So definitely look out for James Williams coming out of the backfield, matching up against either safeties, outside linebackers, middle linebackers. That'll be a matchup to watch for sure. James leading the team is really not close. He's got 11 more catches than Martin, and then 21 more catches than Patman. So they really like to use Williams out of the backfield. So that's definitely a matchup to look out for. Blake Matza, the kicker, he's 10 of 15 on the year, long of 50. So again, very capable kicker. They don't have to kick a lot because they score a lot of touchdowns. He's 56 of 58 on extra points. So you know, just capable kicker, but he probably won't have to kick the ball a whole lot. Washington State very good at getting the ball in the end zone. On the defense, Peyton Pelluer, I hope I'm saying that right, leads the team in tackles with 86. Sacks leader is Dominic Civils, I hope I'm saying that right, with 4.5. And then in interception, Skylar Thomas and Marcus Strong both have 2. So, seems like Washington State more of a team that's going to outscore you as opposed to a team that's going to hold you to not a lot of points. So I'd expect this game to be fairly high scoring. Iowa State definitely has faced a lot of this air raid type offense with West Virginia, Oklahoma State has definitely faced these run and gun offenses. So it should be interesting to see what they do. As far as Iowa State is concerned, 8-4 on the season. Started out 1-3, tough losses to Iowa, Oklahoma, and TCU. Before winning 7 of 8 to end the season. The one loss being at Texas, who was ranked 15th at the time. Now I think they're just higher than that. They made the New Year's 6th. They'll play Georgia in one of the bowl games. I can't exactly remember which one. Looking at the Cyclone statistics, 3 quarterbacks on the year. Kyle Kemp started the year against Iowa. Got hurt. Zeb Nolan came in for a couple games. Didn't play the best against TCU in that loss, and then started out poorly against Oklahoma State. So they sent in freshman Brock Purdy, who took the Big 12 by storm. Again, I'm trying not to be super biased because I know there are a couple Washington State people that will watch this. So Brock Purdy, 128 completions, 193 attempts for just under 2,000 yards, 1,935. 66% completion percentage, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. Not as much the air raid offense as Washington State is, but definitely capable of airing the ball out. But to help Brock Purdy in the backfield, David Montgomery, in my opinion, best running back. I think he'll go to the draft. If that's not been confirmed already, I'm pretty sure he will be. In my opinion, the best running back that will get drafted. I think he'll probably be the first one off the board. 231 carries for 1,092 yards and 12 scores, an average of 4.7 yards a carry. David Montgomery, been a great back for us the last couple of years. If this is his last game, I expect them to give him the ball a lot. Also, Kene Nwangu, Johnny Lang, Sheldon Croney. A couple guys that'll probably get mixed in the backfield. And then Brock Purdy, don't sleep on Brock Purdy taking off with the ball. 90 carries on the season, 3 scores, 262 yards. He only averages 3 yards a carry, but he can definitely take off if he needs to. As far as helping out Brock Purdy on the receiving end, Hakeem Butler, in my opinion, one of the better receivers in the Big 12. 51 catches, 9 scores, 1,126 yards, 22 yards a catch, which I think is best in the country. Definitely up there. It's definitely up there. A couple of the other guys that were up there, Marquise Brown is up there from Oklahoma. There's a couple other guys that are about 20 yards a catch. But I think 21 or 22.1 is tops. So could also be his last game. Very physical, big wide receiver. It'll be interesting to see what Washington State does on defense. Again, I don't know a lot of what they do on defense or on offense or at all, other than throwing the ball a lot. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of help they bring to the corners. Tariq Milton, second on the team in receiving yards. It's not close, by the way. Hakeem Butler with 1,126. Tariq Milton second with 417. And 1 score on 34 carries. 34 receptions, I should say. Average of 12.3 yards a catch. Matthew Eaton at Deshaunte Jones third on the team with 360 yards and 4 scores on 42 catches. And Matthew Eaton, 293 yards on 26 catches and 2 scores. One thing to look out for is Iowa State has started to use tight ends more often. Charlie Kohler and Chase Allen. They've only got 18 combined catches, but Charlie Kohler had 3 scores within a span of 4 games, which was very interesting for Iowa State, as we normally don't use our tight ends. So it should be interesting to see if they use Kohler and Allen and all. Kohler, obviously a freshman, along with Brock Purdy. So hope to see those guys connect a couple more times this year and for the years to come. Kicking game, Connor Assalley, 14 of 20 on the year, long of 47, 34, 36 on extra points. Hopefully, Assalley's had his inconsistencies this year. Hopefully it doesn't come down to either team kicking a field goal, as they don't generally do a whole lot of it. Major difference there is that Washington State's kicker kicks a lot more extra points. Matza with 58 extra point attempts and Assalley with 36. So a couple more extra point tries there for Matza. And then on defense, Iowa State has been very good on defense this year as well as last year. Freshman Greg Eisworth leads the team in tackles. Safety Greg Eisworth leads the team with 84. Willie Harvey second with 72, and Braxton Lewis third at 70. Braxton Lewis, I believe, is also a freshman. Freshman or sophomore, I can't quite remember. No, he's a junior. Sorry, my apologies. And then Mike Rose, the freshman linebacker, is fourth with 68. As far as sacks, Iowa State very good at getting after the quarterback, especially defensive end Jaquan Bailey. 7 sacks on the year. Willie Harvey with 3 and Spencer Benton with 3. So look for Iowa State to get a lot of pressure on Gardner Minshew, force him to get the ball out early. Interceptions, Braxton Lewis with 3. He had 1 in 3 consecutive games for his 3 picks. Marcel Spears with 2, including the interception, the pick 6 against Texas Tech. Greg Eisworth, Brian Peavy, and DeAndre Payne all have 1. Should be a really high-scoring game, I would think. I don't see a whole lot of defenses slowing down Washington State, but I also don't think Washington State's defense is particularly great. I think they've got a better run defense than they get credit for, but I do think that a lot of teams can expose them, and I think Hakeem Butler has the height to do it, and I think Tariq Milton and Deshaunte Jones have the speed to do it. So I think the biggest thing that this will come down to is quarterback experience, which Gardner Minshew has a lot more of. However, being an Iowa State fan and I think there's going to be one X factor in this game, and I think that X factor is going to be the crowd noise. Far more Iowa State fans than there are Washington State fans in San Antonio for this game. I think that's going to be a lot bigger factor. Getting behind a freshman quarterback, giving everything to it. I don't think it'll rattle Gardner Minshew, but I think it'll help boost Brock Purdy. I've got Iowa State 38-34 winning this game, 38-34. I think it'll be a really good game, back and forth. Offense is going up the field. I think Iowa State's defense makes one more play than Washington State's. And I'd also look for special teams. Not necessarily the kicking game, but the returning game. Kene Nwangu has been real close to breaking some as far as kick returns, punt returns. I don't know who Washington State's kick and punt returners are, but Iowa State's special teams has been really good at covering, and I think Kene Nwangu might get the chance to break one here. Or possibly Tariq Milton on a punt return. There's going to be one play that Iowa State's defense or special teams makes that Washington State doesn't. 38-34. Iowa State's going to take it. This is going to be my last video for the year, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you to all of the viewers and subscribers that have jumped on board. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, Iowa State wins it 38-34. That's my prediction. And yeah. So this last video for the year. I'll see you guys next year, probably January 1st for Iowa's bowl game against Mississippi State. Take care. God bless.